Ever wanted to make smarter trades to boost your chances of success? Well, today we're going to be talking about why it's not just about having the right strategy, it's about having the right tools to get to that end result. Today we're going to be talking about 5 of the best tips that you can use to become the best trader possible. Let's dive into this. Tip number 1 is risk reward. You've got to make sure you are actually managing this right because there are so many things you can do wrong with risk reward that can actually be a massive detriment to your trading strategy. First, we're going to go through risk reward. Now, there's so many things with risk reward that you could get wrong that could be a massive detriment to your strategy. As you can see here, we do have the opportune zones, the medium zones, and the red zones that you should avoid. So let's talk about the red zones first. We can see high stakes adventure thrill zone, which yes, the risk is high, but the reward is high as well. This is actually more of like the gambling zone. If you're playing roulette, if you're playing poker and you're going all in every hand, this is the zone that you would be in because yes, you can win a lot, but your chances of losing a lot are also very high. Now, the next zone here is the absolute avoid zone, right? This is going to be where your reward is low, but your risk is super high. Now, if you have a risk reward where, yes, if you get liquidated, you lose your whole account balance, this is going to be something that's terrible and you should avoid it at all costs. Now, the next one is the medium zone. So this is the comfort zone where you'll be risking little, but you'll be winning little as well. And this could be great for trading strategies that, yes, they do have a 50% win rate, but occasionally the wins will be ridiculous and most of the time you're just kind of breaking even or winning or losing a small amount. Now, the ideal zone here is going to be the high growth zone here. This is essentially where, yes, you will be risking a low amount, but your rewards are high. If you see any trading strategy that has this, this is going to be one you want to investigate because that's going to be your best potential for getting a strong broker account, because that will be the best potential for getting a strong balance. Now, have you ever looked at a stock ticker and thought, wow, that's a weird name for a ticker? Well, here's one that will make you do a double take, because this ticker is actually called WTF. And yes, this is an actual NASDAQ ticker. It's actually on the NASDAQ exchange. So if you are interested in this, definitely check it out because I do think just based on the name and what they do, they could have a lot of potential. Imagine telling your friends, I just bought WTF today. Sounds crazy, right? But jokes aside, guys, this is a real stock, real ticker. It is on NASDAQ, and it is definitely something that should be on your radar. Mainly because of the ticker, it's catching a lot of attention, and as we know, the market is always full of surprises, and this one is definitely one of the funniest tickers I've seen that could have the potential based on the product and just the narrative around it. But let me know in the comments, guys, what do you think? Would you buy this ticker just because it makes you laugh? The second tip here is to always stay updated on the markets. Now, it's important to look through some of the news articles that you're watching, but if you are looking at news, particularly for events, guys, it's super important because if it is a big event or a big news story that could massively affect the markets, it's something you should be clued up on, particularly if something does get triggered that starts dumping the markets and then potentially another article comes out that reverses it. You're not going to be in the know if you don't have any kind of news site that you're following, or if you don't have any radar for this. But with that being said, obviously don't blindly follow this without your normal technical analysis and analysis techniques for those particular stocks or tickers. The third point here, guys, is to be really clued up on TA and market structure. For example, here, guys, if we do break market structure, well, typically we can expect downtrends to occur, but at the same time, in the opposite direction, if we are in a downtrend and then we do break that downtrend, guys, then yes, it could be something where that trend is beginning to flip. And if you don't know the basics of technical analysis, could be something where you're left in the dark and you're just blindly trading. So definitely keep an eye on your technical analysis and keep an eye on your education to make sure you're clued up on the latest ways to trade. Your fourth tip here today would be to diversify your portfolio. What does this mean? Well, there's 4 points for this, which are essentially risk reduction, consistent returns, and potential for higher returns if one of your assets or investments does start to explode. And as well as that, it is a massive hedge against inflation because as the dollar inflates, a lot of money gets injected into the stock markets, particularly in promising stocks or assets. So yes, having your diversified portfolio to protect against anything that could go wrong, but also have that benefit of that injection of cash into those stocks. And your final point here today, guys, is to not trade emotionally. The best performing traders in the market are always the ones that are robots or algorithmic traders. So if you can get as good as those, or try to think like a robot, think very neutrally, think in a way that isn't going to be biased or giving into adrenaline, this is going to be the best way to trade because you're going to be cognitive, you're going to be focused, and you're going to be making better decisions. Never give in to fear, impatience, regret, hope, desperation, or overconfidence, guys. Clearly, just look at the data and make the trades based on that. And that is going to be it for this video. If you did like the look of Watton and the ticker, definitely check it out in the description. But besides that, drop a like on it, and I'll see you in the next one.